Back again with another video. Thank you all for joining me for this live stream. Really appreciate your support. Please hit the like button and share this video wherever you can to expose the former state trooper Bryan Fahey. I'm coming to you live right outside of the FBI field office. That's the FBI field office right behind me in New Haven, Connecticut. As you can see, there's their security booth there. So I came here at 3:30 to the FBI field office here in New Haven, Connecticut, and I spoke to the security guard at this desk here, and he told me that I asked to speak to an FBI agent. I came with some paperwork and some evidence regarding the Bryan Fahey violation, constitutional violations and corruption, overtime scandal. I had everything ready in a folder to hand over to the FBI so they can investigate the matter. You know, the FBI does have a civil rights division as well as a government corruption division. So that's their job. That is their job right behind me. It's their job to investigate unhinged individuals like Bryan Fahey, to investigate conspiracy between the Groton Police Department as well as the state police to violate my constitutional rights and my cameraman's constitutional rights. That's their job to do that. So I decided to come down here to New Haven, Connecticut. Earlier today, I was able to speak to the governor of Connecticut, Ned Lamont. So I did speak to him. I did bring this situation to his attention. You will see that video this Sunday at 10 a.m. Make sure you have notifications turned on. I will post that video on Sunday at 10 a.m. I will say it wasn't a sit-down meeting with the governor. I kind of showed up to a meeting that he was presiding over. He was leading a public meeting, and on his way to the meeting, I asked him some questions. His chief of staff, the state police around him, did not like that I was asking him questions. I'll just say that the governor of Connecticut leaves much to be desired as far as accountability goes. Wait till you see the video. You're going to see exactly how they treated me. But anyway, like I said, we're outside of the FBI field office here in New Haven, and I came with all the evidence, all the documentation, USB drives with all the videos on them in chronological order, because you guys know me by now. I am going to follow up on everything. Just because Bryan Fahey... Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, man. Keep fighting, brother. I love seeing fellow patriots out in the wild. I love it. Gives me strength, man. So just because Bryan Fahey retired, he's a coward and he retired from the state police, doesn't mean that I am going to stop investigating his overtime, his alleged fraudulent overtime, where he's making $85,000 a year for the last 5 years. I have some more information regarding the overtime. Today, Bryan Fahey is no longer a police officer for the state police. He has officially retired. But what you don't know, and what I'll be putting a video together about, but because you're joining me live and you're hitting the like button, you're sharing this everywhere, commenting on this video, I'm gonna give you guys a little sneak peek, just like I did with the governor of Connecticut. 4 other state troopers just so happened to retire today, the same day as Sergeant Fahey, Bryan Fahey, little Bryan Fahey. 4 other state troopers. So I said, oh, wow, why would they want to share the same retirement date as that unhinged individual who retired in disgrace? So I started to do some research into the other 4 state police officers, and they all, let me guess in the comment section, let me know, guess, what do they have in common? All 5 of them. All 5 of the state police troopers who retired on the same exact day. That's, oh, I think I see it in the chat. I see it, oh, I see it in the chat. Hold on. A couple people getting it right. Overtime. They all had massive amounts of overtime. All of the rest of the 4 of the state troopers, the Connecticut state troopers that retired unceremoniously on the same day, and this wasn't an announcement publicly made by the state police. I got a source that gave me an internal memo congratulating them. It's on my community post if you want to check it out. I'm going to make a video about all this. But I've received an internal memo from inside the state police because, believe it or not, even in the Corrupticate State Police Department, there are patriots in there that are going to leak information. So again, this is a whole network. We have a whole network of sources that are giving me information. So I looked up the names, and they all have the one thing in common. Well, two things in common. One, they're all retiring on the same day, today, August 1st. Two, they all have massive amounts of overtime. One of the troopers made $120,000 in overtime last year, more than their base salary, if you can believe that. So this is a whole story of corruption here going on here in Connecticut, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me, Corrupticate, I gotta get it right. And I spoke to the governor earlier today, or at least I tried to speak to the governor. I was walking with him. Governor Lamont, Governor Lamont, got some questions for you. I would like to get some comment on the story that's happening in the New London area, the Groton area, the conspiracy between the Groton Police Department and the state police that violated a journalist's constitutional rights, unlawfully arrested him and his cameraman. I would like some comment. And he did not want to speak to me. His chief of staff, he says, oh, I'll look into it. Wait till you see the video. The video is dropping this Sunday, but the governor had a nice 5-minute walk with me, walking and talking. Governor Lamont. And I kept asking him questions. I had a microphone in my hand. Governor, you're a public servant, Governor Ned Lamont. I told him to his face, do you not realize your place? Do you not realize what you're supposed to serve? We the people? That is what you're supposed to do. And you're not. You're not serving the people by ignoring a grave injustice that is happening in the state of Connecticut. I told him about the over 55,000 signatures on the petition to prosecute Bryan Fahey. I told him about everything. And he just kept walking, and he looked at me with disgust. A public servant, how disrespectful, looking at a journalist, a victim of the Constitution state. I told him, you're the leader, the elected leader of the Constitution state, and you didn't, and you're not going to take this seriously? His chief of staff, oh, send us an email, we'll look into it. I've sent many emails. Each and every one of you have sent emails to the governor's office. There are so many of you out there have CC'd me on emails to the governor's office. And guess what? The governor's email will be in the description of this video, by the way. But that video is going to drop this Sunday. Behind me is let's get back to the video. I will explain more about the governor in a little bit, but just so you know, he said some pretty incredible things that I was like, what's going on here? Thank you guys for the super chats, the $20 super chat, $10 super chat. So again, we came to the FBI field office here in New Haven, and we tried to speak to an FBI agent with all the documents, all of the evidence, the videos on flash drives, a statement written by me, everything, all the evidence, the prior incidents of the cover-up, internal affairs cover-up, every single thing. I tried to speak to the FBI behind me. And you know what they told me? Oh, come back on Monday. I got here at 3:30. I've just been planning the live, getting everything organized. I got here at 3:30. He's like, they're closed for the day. At 3:30. These people, law enforcement officers, public servants, they're closing at 3:30? They're supposed to be open until 5. Oh, they're closed today. I'm sorry about that. They're closed. They closed early. Nobody's going to be able to speak to you about... I came a long way from Long Island to Corrupticate to speak to the FBI just to come back Monday. Okay, I'll come back Monday. No problem. I'll come back every single day if I have to. Accountability will not stop. I will never stop trying to seek accountability for Sergeant Bryan Fahey and his criminal actions. He violated federal law. It is a federal crime to violate someone's constitutional rights under the color of law. A federal crime. They have a whole division in the FBI right here. They have a whole division that is dedicated to investigating corruption, investigating civil rights violations, constitutional rights violations under the color of law. And I can't even get an agent to speak with me, not for 5 minutes. I just wanted to speak to them. I don't even care if it's on camera, to be honest with you. I just want to speak to an agent, hand over all of the evidence that I organized, put together for them, the flash drives of the video. It's all clear. The government here in Connecticut wants you watching, you. They want you to think that your eyes are playing tricks on you. They want you to think that, oh, this is just a conspiracy theory. No, it's happening before your very eyes. And if they can do it to me, they'll do it to each and every one of us. I promise you that. And I'm trying to get assistance from the FBI, the federal law enforcement officers who are supposed to investigate corruption, who are supposed to investigate tyranny, civil rights violations. That's their job. And I can't even speak to anybody. It's still, look, you can't even see in. You can't even see in. They talk to you through this speaker right here. That's how they speak to you, where you can't even look anybody in the face. Sorry, they left early. The FBI is closed. Sorry, the FBI left early today. So sorry about that. The Federal Bureau of Investigations right here in New Haven, they just decided to leave early today and they can't help you with your complaint. Come back Monday. Come back Monday. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. So again, we spoke to the governor of Connecticut. We are outside of the FBI field office here in New Haven, Connecticut, Corrupticate. Wait till you guys see the video of the governor, Ned Lamont. He had the nerve to tell me this isn't helping as I'm walking and talking peacefully with my microphone. Governor, please just give me 5 minutes of your time. I'm only asking for 5 minutes of your time so I can tell you about a grave injustice that is happening in your state, the state that you are elected to lead, the state where you are the highest elected public servant. You are the governor of Corrupticate, and there is major corruption, major conspiracy between law enforcement agencies, state's attorney's offices. We've all seen it, from Danbury to Waterbury, the state police, Bryan Fahey, the Bradley International Airport, me being unlawfully detained. We've seen it with our own eyes. We have seen this whole story of Corrupticate. I am going to write a book, and the title of that book is going to be called Corrupticate. And it's going to go through the very beginning when I first stepped foot in Connecticut to whenever this is over. Whenever this situation with Bryan Fahey and the state police and all their overtime, whenever it's over. I tried to bring up the overtime allegations to him. Tell me, you're not helping your cause. I'm like, this is not a personal vendetta, Governor. This is not necessarily a cause. This is a constitutional rights issue. This is something that's supposed to be so sacred. He told me, oh, you're out here playing games. How dare he? The governor of Connecticut told me to my face, you're out here playing games. My freedom is not a game, Governor. My freedom is not a game. Our constitutional rights are not a game. Accountability for criminals in law enforcement agencies isn't a game. That's all I'm asking for. I'm asking for law enforcement to be held to the same standard as we the people. If you or I broke the law, we would be held accountable. I'm being retaliated against. I have a felony charge and 2 misdemeanors. But I will go see the governor every single time he has one of these meetings. Oh, and then he had a press conference. He's standing at the podium, ladies and gentlemen, and he was at a meeting talking about lowering electricity for Connecticut residents, something to do with that. I wasn't really interested in that, as I have my own motives for being there and I wanted to speak to him. But I heard it's not even a lot of money. But anyway, the point is that he is having the press conference and I'm standing with all the rest of the news media and he's giving this big press conference. There's so many people there. And I, right as soon as one of the other journalists stopped asking a question, I said, Governor, what do you think about the corruption that's happening in the New London Groton area between the town police, the town of Groton police and the state police? The conspiracy that's going on there to violate constitutional rights of a journalist and his cameraman. As I told you before, sir, we're going to look into it and we're going to get back to you. But now you can give me 5 minutes. I don't care if you're the governor of Connecticut. You're not that important. You are a public servant. And if I was the governor, maybe I'll run. Maybe I'll move to Connecticut and be the governor of Connecticut. If I was the governor of Connecticut and somebody, a resident came up to me, a citizen came up to me and said, sir, my constitutional rights have been violated. The state police and the state's attorney, the state police, and the town of Groton police are conspiring against me to violate my rights. Give me a $75,000 bond. I'd be like, okay, I have something to do right now. Even if I had something to do, I'd be like, I'll give you 5 minutes. Give me the Cliff Notes version, because if what you're telling me is true, this is abhorrent. Here you go, I cut out for a minute. Sorry, guys. I don't know if you guys could, it froze for me for a minute. But anyway, that's the Cliff Notes version. I don't want to be too long on here. I just wanted to give you guys an update every step of the way, because you know I'm going to follow through. You know I'm going to continue to investigate. I'm not going to be intimidated by these corrupt, tyrannical individuals. We the people, we stand together. That's why I'm out here in front of the FBI field office in New Haven. I had everything ready to give to them, but they happened to close early. So I will have to come back here on Monday. I appreciate all your support. Thank you for all of my sources. Thank you to all of my sources who give me all of this information. You guys are true patriots. Thank you for everybody who's been donating to the legal defense in the GoFundMe that's in the description below the like button. I appreciate all the love and support, the comments of support, the emails of support. It absolutely means the world to me. I cannot do this without each and every one of you. I will be back in front of the FBI field office here in New Haven. I will be back to see the governor again. Stay tuned till Sunday. Stay tuned Sunday morning at 10 a.m. I will be releasing the video where I went to the state capitol and spoke to the governor and tried to bring it to his attention, the governor of Corrupticate. And I mean, he's just like the rest of them, it seems. Just like the rest of them, ladies and gentlemen. FBI is closing early. Oh, man. But I promise you I'm going to keep fighting. But I'm going to keep you guys updated all the way. And again, remember, there was 4 other state police officers that retired on the same day as Fahey. And they only have one thing in common. Let me know in the comment section below. You guys know what it is. Overtime. They have massive amounts of overtime. One officer has $120,000 in overtime. I don't know if they're all desk officers, or maybe some of them were patrol. I just thought it was interesting that 4 other law enforcement officers from the state police retired on the same exact day as Fahey. Maybe the FBI is already investigating. Just maybe. If you have any FBI contacts, please let me know. Please reach out to me. Maybe the FBI is already investigating and they retired because they know they're going down. Either way, my investigation doesn't stop. We the people will never give up. We will continue to promote transparency and accountability in our government. Stay tuned to the channel. Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You will see me confront the governor of Connecticut over this egregious violation of constitutional rights, this travesty of justice, this injustice that is currently taking place. My next court date, for those of you asking, is on September 9th. I am still being maliciously prosecuted, but I will never give up. I will never bend the knee. I will always stand firm in my constitutional rights, peacefully and respectfully, but we will never, never give up. Thank you guys for all your support. I love you all. Please hit the like button, share this video. As always, stay safe. God bless. I'll see you in the next one. Say hi to the FBI. Long Island Audit. Peace.